Today's date is January 24th, 2013. My name is Leslie Williams, and I am in San Diego, California, and I can prove to you today's date because I'm actually tape recording what I'm doing right now. There's the record feature, and there's the date. And I guess I can turn on my cell phone because I need to turn it on anyways in order to be able to make a statement pertaining to an audio file that's on the cell phone. I'm going to try and make this short. The reason I'm making this particular video is to basically make some additional statements in reference to what occurred at SDSU on February 1st, 2013. And I'm a little curious why the San Diego District Attorney's Office or the Prosecutor's Office has not sent me any information pertaining to that arrest. It's been almost one complete full year. I wonder what's going on there. Let me tell you what I did when I was being approached by, I just recently, I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, for the very first time, I made a, I took the chance and uploaded, because when the event occurred, I caught it on video. And it was, as the event was transpiring, it was, a tape recorder was recording everything as well, but once they put handcuffs on me and searched me, the skanked out freak, the woman cop, I think her name was Cruz. You know, the beautiful thing about being able to have free speech is being able to call a person by basically what they really are, a skanked out freak. And they might even try to use this video against me in court to try and say, look how hostile Leslie is. Really, I get set up to be arrested, and think about this. I was wearing a tape recorder. I just got to make a video last week about this. I'll get back to the SDSU video in a minute. But anyways, when they arrested me, they literally went into, because I put this tape recorder right here inside of a pouch, inside of my undergarments on my chest, if you know what I mean, my bra, with the microphone on the top of it. This was before I started using an extended microphone. So the tape recorder was recording as I was making a video of the event, as the event was transpiring. Once they decided to arrest me and put handcuffs on me, the little skanked out officer Cruz had the audacity to go inside my undergarments and take the tape recorder out, and then she erased it. That's right, but they made a mistake. They've already been caught in 2 lies. Whoa. Okay. And so anyways, I just wanted to let you know the video pertaining to that event. See, I'm a target victim and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as a certain type of crime, and check it out. You know what I'm going to do right now? Instead of literally telling you what the type of crime I am a target victim and activist of, I'm literally going to use the audio of a news broadcast pertaining to how this crime has been covered on the news. So you can literally even hear the audio of the news broadcast pertaining to, in order to show you that these crimes are recognized by the uncorrupt cops, and that they are felonies to the extreme, and that the crime is a reality, not lies and bullshit that the syndicated cops try and say, I don't know what gang stalking is, and then other ones have said gang stalking is not a crime. They basically try to confuse the target in order to make the target feel helpless, powerless, hopeless, and defeated. Even some freaks down at the law library that work there try to tell me that gang stalking is not a crime. I don't think so. You see, criminal intent to harass, conspiracy to stalk, conspiracy to harass, obstructing justice, gross negligence of duty, conspiracy under the color of authority. Just those aforementioned crimes that I just mentioned to you right there all have penal codes attached to them. And you would not believe the evidence I got. You just would not believe it. And those are not the only penal codes that can be attached to these criminalities. That's right, baby cakes. Alright, so let me show you the audio of this news broadcast pertaining to a targeted individual who's being targeted in Santa Cruz, California. They eventually made him homeless. I recently just discovered that. And you can go to YouTube to watch this news broadcast. It's titled "A Gang Stalking Tech: Everything You Need to Know." I'm sorry. Sorry, that's actually, in fact, let me just explain to you what that is. If you went to Google and typed in "A Gang Stalking Tech: Everything You Need to Know," that's actually the manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews who went offline, typed in who they are, who they're connected to, and how they operate, in part. Okay? Then that person who wrote it, I think it's a man, but I'm not sure. Then that person wrote it on their computer, I guess in a Word document program or something, and then went to the internet, an internet cafe, and posted it on the internet. Now you can find it if you look, trust me. I also copied and pasted it and put it in some of the blogs that were written concerning me. Now, but anyways, you can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids, and you'll be able to see the video that this audio is coming from. Let me just go ahead and play that audio right now.
This story on our website, kcba.com. Due to not police call it bullying on steroids. We're talking about gang stalking, but it actually has nothing to do with the gangs that you first think of. Southern Coast News reporter Candace Wynn learned more about the trend and how it's getting more dangerous because of the internet. That even makes me so afraid.
Lawrence Gavino claims his neighbors are gang stalking him because he plays loud music late at night and is outspoken. He said for the last year and a half he's been systematically followed by a group of people. At one point he said they climbed on his roof to harass him. Gavino said he's developed a paranoia that's devastated his relationships with friends and, worst of all, family.
That's the worst part of it. If it was me, I would take action.
Santa Cruz Police Lieutenant Larry Richards said police are becoming more aware of gang stalking because of cyberbullying. But what is gang stalking? Basically, the victims could be driving their car or talking on their phones or walking the streets when a group of people try to systematically terrorize them. Richards said gang stalking is nothing new, but new technology is making it more common.
Gang stalking itself, they have elevated themselves to technology. So this is something that's been going on before the age of Facebook, Twitter, those other social websites. They just now have gone into those areas.
Gavino said he's proof that the problem isn't just online and that it can hit too close to home, a home he plans on leaving because of gang stalking.
I want to be able to go to the tennis course and play tennis or play ping pong without people following us everywhere. It's just nerve-wracking.
I'm Candace Wynn in Salinas, your Central Coast News.
If found guilty of gang stalking, the person may face criminal, conspiracy, and stalking charges, all of which are felony charges in California.
Okay, baby cakes. Now, baby cakes, let me just make this generalized statement to you so you can prove the extreme criminality that I've been putting up with in San Diego for 2 complete full years, in fact 2.5 years, because I came from another state. I didn't come to San Diego to live until August 8, 2011, and I've been gang stalked every single day. I was even gang stalked on the Greyhound bus to here, and I can prove it. Let me give you an example of pertaining to one of the ways that I've been gang stalked in San Diego, and I'm going to prove it to you in a minute. But let me just make some statements here so you can see the a holistic pictorial representation in your mind pertaining to one of the methodologies that have been used against me pertaining to how I'm harassed verbally by the individuals who are intentionally put along my path as a result of them being covertly managed to do so, to harass me and even threaten me and even assault me. Now, all throughout the entire year, from like late August 2011, all the way up till February 1st, 2013, I was periodically going to STSU. I even applied for a password and an identification card in order to be able to use their computers, which they allowed me to do so for 2 hours. That's right, by using the password and the ID code. I went there. At first I was going there quite a bit, and then I discovered USD campus. So then I started going there, and then I just went to STSU every now and then. Okay? Then I started going back to STSU on more of a frequent basis. Okay? Now, I was making videos throughout the entire year of at least 2012 on STSU campus stating that students were walking by me and saying gang stalking constantly and repetitively and in certain ways. Now that's being done in order to keep you mentally preoccupied with the fact that you're a victim of this crime, because every time you hear the word, you think about what's already happened to you, and you think about how they're intentionally currently harassing you about it by getting around you and repeating the name of it, especially in certain ways, like gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, oh my god, we are crazy, gang stalk, in that way, literally, non-stop, everywhere I went on their campus, everywhere. Now, this harassment that I experienced on SDSU campus is the same exact harassment that I experienced at California State San Marcos campus when I went out there for the very first time and only time on January 30th, 2013. January 30th, 2013 was the first and only time I went to California State San Marcos. Caught on numerous audio files happening towards me and around me on my way there, and then once I got there, including in their library. Then, 2 days later, because that was the 30th of January, okay, then you got January 31st, then you got February 1st. February 1st was the day I went to SDSU and got arrested. Now, that arrest and me being banned was predicted 36 hours before. But that's not, hang on. That's not the subject matter of this particular video. But it will eventually be, because this video will eventually, in the next 2 or 3 weeks to a month, be put in a blog that's going to show you in your face huge, undisputable evidence that I am a victim of this crime and was on SDSU campus as well. Now, let's look at this. Let's take a real close look at this. I made videos throughout the entire year of 2012 and even throughout January of 2013. Every time that I went on SDSU campus, stating that, and publishing the videos as well, stating that individuals were getting around me on their campus and repeating gang stalk in the way that I just aforementioned, along with engaging in specific physical gestures. And I'm here today to tell you to your face, let me just say it this way, was certain library security and specific campus safety officers involved in the letting me know that I was being gang stalked overtly in order to make me feel powerless about it. Basically, I was harassed by students and guests, in order to let me know I was being harassed using gang stalking methods. And then library security would walk around me, and or campus safety, would they engage in these same exact physical gestures in order to make the targeted individual feel powerless with their concern and what they're experiencing by other staff and students and guests. Okay, now I caught individuals on video files and hundreds of audio files walking around me and repeating gang stalk. That's why I was making videos about it on SDSU campus. The same exact method used in the same exact identical way has been utilized around me along all my routes, including at UCSD as well and at USD. 800 separate audio files, do not lie, baby cakes. The same exact methodology was caught on audio and video inside the San Diego City Council meeting chambers on August 24th, 2013, the day that Filner resigned. Yes, I was in there right before I went out. I was in there for like an hour and a half. I even got up and spoke. It was like an open meeting that was closed. In other words, it was a closed meeting that the public members could go to speak their mind pertaining to what they were attempting to do to Filner. Then once the city council heard everybody talk, they went to the back, they adjourned to the back to, I guess, discuss what they were going to do with Filner. At that time, I was dumb. I wouldn't say I was dumb, but I made a bad choice. I got up to go outside to have a cigarette, and then they wouldn't let me back in because it was a closed meeting, which I guess means that you got to stand in line to attend the meeting, and then they close the meeting down after a certain time, which means no other people can get in. Okay? I didn't know that because it was the first city council meeting I ever attended. And so I caught gang stalk, weird, crazy, oh my God, being said back to back, non-stop, on at least 3 videos inside the San Diego City Council meeting chambers and on audio file off a tape recorder. Now that was the same exact literal way that I experienced it and caught it on over 800 separate audio files of it occurring along all my routes, all the aforementioned universities, businesses, public libraries, including even a branch manager of the North University, San Diego Public Library. That's right, baby cakes. Undisputable evidence that I'm a target, victim, and activist concerning this criminality. Now think about this. Throughout the entire year of 2012, I made numerous videos stating that that individuals are getting around me on SDSU campus and repeating gang stalk everywhere I went. In fact, it was even getting to the point where I was predicting it, that I would hear it being said around me at a separate location before I left that location to take multiple buses and trolleys to get there. I'd then get there and it would get caught. Flat out, baby cakes. You know, I gotta tell you something right now. My name is Leslie Williams. Hold on. I'm a good woman. I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I'm learning disabled, but it doesn't mean I'm retarded or anything. Make no mistake about that. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I am not a threat to myself or others, and I am not mentally ill. But those are some of the type of labels that the perpetrators who are in the system, who manage and perpetrate these criminalities, and then use the system to protect them. It's organized crime in the system, basically, that's perpetrating the criminality of gang stalking. And I have undisputable... I've been gang stalked inside the Hall of Justice, where the same exact methodology was expedited around me. Caught on tape recorders. Caught on multiple tape recorders. I was even sexually harassed by 2 San Diego Sheriff's officers inside the Hall of Justice. That was caught on tape recorder that was recording. They didn't do a damn thing about it. Not one thing. And check this out. Filner, when they started going after Filner for sexual harassment, guess who set up a hotline for any victims of Filners to call? The Sheriff's Department. Can you believe that bullshit? Alright, now what am I about ready to show you? What I'm about ready to show you right now, but hang on a second. This is an audio file. And you're going to be able to hear, hold on a second. Okay, I'm in a bathroom at SDSU. Now you can go to your phone, or you can go to your paper calendar, or you can go to Google and type in online calendar in order to bring up the year of 2012. And why am I saying this? Because on July 13th, 2012, July 13th fell on a Friday. Friday the 13th. I'm in a bathroom right now. I can prove that I'm at SDSU. In fact, this 1 minute of this, the one last remaining minute of this particular audio file, you literally hear me telling a young man, what's the name of this university? And he says SDSU. I'm in a bathroom at SDSU on July 13th, 2012. I'm getting ready to come out of the bathroom. You'll hear the toilet flush, and then you'll hear me go, eh. Because that's just how I am sometimes. I act goofy by myself. I think I'm doing it to keep my spirits up. Because of the victimization that I experience, sometimes I make sure that I don't know, act a little bit goofy. Just mostly in private, like 99% of the time in private. So you hear me go, eh. You know how the guy in Home Improvement used to go, eh? Well, that's what I mean. Anyway, so I'm in the bathroom, and you hear the toilet flushing. You'll literally hear the toilet flushing. And then from the bathroom stall on my way to approach the door to walk out of the bathroom, you'll hear me say, eh. I then walk out of the bathroom, and within 2 seconds of me walking out of the bathroom, a girl yells, gang stalking. And if you listen close enough before the end of this audio file, you'll hear other people say in the background along with, oh my God. Now, this occurred after I already had videos published online stating that individuals were getting around me all over their campus and saying it around me everywhere I went. You'll hear me ask a person the date. He'll say Friday the 13th. I'll say, oh God, that's bad. And then I ask some students what the name of the university campus is, because I wanted that caught on the same audio file that the gang stalking was caught on. Now, when this girl yells gang stalking, I had just walked out of the bathroom and was approaching the area where the food court is. When I heard her yell gang stalking, see, because the tape recorders are always put in a pouch on my bra, underneath my clothes. The microphone is at the top. So when I heard her say that, I covered up my mouth, bent my head down, and said, she just yelled gang stalking, what a dummy. And as I continued to walk towards the area where it was yelled from. So nobody heard me say who said that, or what I was taught. And nobody heard me say that into my tape recorder, she just yelled gang stalking. Now, I want you to also carefully listen to what's being discussed as a result of me saying that in the background. I think I hear 2 girls saying, did you say that? Did you say that? And I think one says, I didn't say gang stalking, but I didn't say what the girl said. I didn't even say it was a girl. I just said, who said that? Do you understand what I'm saying? When I heard that girl yell gang stalking, I was only 2 feet outside of the bathroom, and I can prove what bathroom it was. And so as a result, you'll be able to, the amount of time goes by before, because you'll hear the differentiation and noise. By the time I come out of the bathroom, it's by the food court, but it's not by where all the students and staff sit to eat. So the amount of time it takes for you to even hear the environmental change of noise, you'll be able to see that when I said somebody just yelled gang stalking, and then I laughed, and then I said, what a dummy, I was holding my mouth over my face and bending down and saying that. There's no way anybody around me could have heard it, and the person who yelled it was all the way by where the tables are. So there's no way she could have heard me say that. So I want you to listen to this. I want you also to listen to how it's possibly being said again, along with oh my God. And I'll explain why I'm explaining all this to you in a minute. So what am I going to do is I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to take it down. And I'm gonna press this audio file. I'm gonna turn up the volume so you can hear it. First you're gonna hear the toilet flush, then you're gonna hear me go, eh. Then I'm gonna come out of the bathroom, and then as soon as I come out of the bathroom, I think a person says it, and then I think the girl yells it, and then continue to listen for it, and then listen to the rest of the dialogue as well. Are you ready? Here I go. She just yelled gang stalk. What a dummy. Hey, who yelled that? Was that you? Did you just yell that? Who, was it you? No. I heard it. Huh? Hey, do you know today's date?
13th. Friday the 13th.
Oh, bad news. Hey, what's this campus called, hon? Do you know? Huh? What's the name of this campus? I forgot.
San Diego State University.
Well, that's a big name. All right, thanks. Sorry, sweetie. Are you guys out of pizza? Okay, now that's that audio file. Now, I tell you what I'm going to do after I take my allergy medicine. Hang on a second, I'm taking my allergy medicine. Now, if you go back and re-listen to that very small segment of that girl yelling gang stalk, I'm sure that you will accurately be able to hear that that's what was yelled. And I got it on numerous hundreds of audio files of it being sent directly around me on their campus, and video files. One time I sat right outside the door of the food court, and they were harassing me so bad on that day, it even put me in a bad mood. Okay? But I don't act out. Every now and then, they'll walk by me and say gang stalk, or walk by me and do a physical gesture, then they'll re-walk by me and ask me how I'm doing. Literally. Now, there's videos online right now showing me sitting at a table at SDSU. I turn on my video camera, put it on the tabletop while I'm eating, and you literally hear people that are standing 5 feet away from me saying gang stalk repeatedly while they're saying, oh my God. Non-stop. Repetitively. Now, you're about ready to hear an event that took place on a sidewalk on Thanksgiving Day 2013. Thanksgiving Day 2013, a year and a half later. It's been caught every single day on every single audio file of every single place that I have went to every single day in between July 13th, Friday the 13th, SDSU, and November 28th, 2013. The SDSU event occurred on July 13th, 2012. This event you're about ready to undisputably hear that is being said towards me, while I'm even being threatened as it's being said, occurred on a sidewalk in La Jolla, at least 20 miles away from SDSU, on Thanksgiving Day 2013. Almost a year, well, let's see, there's July, August, September, October, November. A year and 5 months later, which makes that exactly 17 months later. Now, you think about this. I got hundreds of audio files of it being said constantly around me at SDSU. Hundreds of audio files of it being constantly said around me at UCSD. North University San Diego Public Library, Ross Grocery Store, 2 different Ross Grocery Stores, Burger King's, McDonald's, transportation services. You're about ready to hear the event that occurred on a sidewalk on Thanksgiving Day. Do you hear these dummies? One of them has harassed me on anywhere between 8 and 11 separate occasions. That's why I'm saying, hey, it's the criminal bums. Okay? While they're bothering me and harassing me and threatening me, they're saying gang stalk. One says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang of stalking, I'm going to F you up. What is the likelihood of me having 800 separate audio files at least of these words being said around me in the same exact identical way combined with other words back to back? Now you listen, and you'll hear it.
You fucking little criminal. Do it right now. I'm standing right here.
Now, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I do what I do in order to inform, to expose the truth concerning the factual realities of these criminal expeditions. That this, you know, if this was the only thing that was happening towards me, I'd say, big deal, so what? Let these little idiots get along my route and repeat whatever they want to every single day for as long as they want to, because I just do not care, because I don't. But I'm going to tell you the reason why I care about it. Now, I know that that was a confusing statement, because that is the least form of what is happening to me. When you're constantly reminded about a crime that is happening to you, it basically puts you in, keeps you in a victimized mindset. And organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions are designed to compete for your mental attention constantly in order to make you feel harassed, aggravated, provoked. And that is not nothing compared to concerning how we actually experience numerous other methodologies that are happening towards us, including assaults. Go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Brutally Assaulted on an MTS Bus." Look in the description of that YouTube video and you will see two blogs. One of the blogs has an attached PDF link in it. You can click on it once you open up the blog. The attached PDF link is titled Assault 11. Once you click on that PDF link, you will literally be able to see that I predicted I'd be assaulted 11 days before it occurred. The SDSU arrest that occurred towards me on their campus on February 1st, 2013, and the banning of me from SDSU was predicted 36 hours before it occurred at an environment miles and miles and miles and miles away, and it was also predicted 5 minutes before I walked into the library. That's right. That's right. And the event started happening towards me within 30 seconds of once I walked into the media room that's in the library. That's right, baby case. That's right. You would not believe how many predictions I have made that have come true. And I can show that the predictions happened before the event occurred, including the harassment. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. When this event was transpiring towards me inside the media room at SDSU, I could tell that it was nothing but bullshit. In fact, I already caught him in two lies, outward lies that can be proven. Okay? Now, as this event was unfolding, I knew it was bullshit because I was even harassed by media staff employees on previous occasions, made numerous statements about it in previous audio files as the harassment was occurring, and even by the supervisor of the media room. I think his name was Mike. He's a real jerk. Okay? Every time I went to SDSU, I minded my own business. Every single time I minded my own business and did nothing wrong. I'll admit, the only thing I did wrong on SDSU campus was a couple times I ate. One time I ate Raisinets, and another time I was eating something else inside the media room. Okay? Got yelled at about that like you would not believe. Like you would not believe. And he even got threatened. And when that occurred, the media room supervisor, Mike, said me and him had a small little verbal exchange pertaining to that. I was eating some Raisinets. And the way he told me not to do it no more provoked a small, minor verbal interaction between me and him. And when it was over, guess what he said? All of it caught an audio file. He said, "I'm going to have you banned." That's right. That's right. That's right. Now, as this event was transpiring inside the SDSU media room, guess what I did? I called the police on the SDSU police on my phone. But anyways, so the video of the event has finally been copied and then posted to the internet about 4 days ago. Now, it might appear in that video that I am the one that is causing the arrest because I'm refusing to leave. No, I'm not. Because what initiated those police officers to approach me was a total, bold-face, in-your-face, flat-out lie. Okay? They had no reason to approach me at all. Another thing, any community member that is a community resident, okay, a citizen, that holds a California license can go into the SDSU media room and watch TV or any other video. I did so on at least 50 other occasions. They lied to me about that, which you can clearly see them lying to me about it in the video. Okay? That's right. There was also a homeless guy watching a video as we were talking, and they were telling me that if you're not a student or an invited guest, that you're not supposed to be here, even though a homeless man is watching videos 2 feet away. And they never went back and evicted him, which they claimed they were going to do in the video. I also had asked media staff employee on prior occasions if I have to be a student or staff to check out material, and they said no. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. So when you look at that video, you might be thinking to yourself, well, she's not following the instructions of the officer, so maybe her arrest was valid. No, it wasn't. Because for one, they had no reason to approach me to ask me for ID. The individual who approached me was discovered to be, media staff lied about them knowing who the guy was that approached me, who asked me if he could check my bags because he was afraid of me. Within 30 seconds of me arriving in the media center, dressed in brand new clothes that were clean, brand new haircut, brand new backpack, and brand new duffel bag. My outward physical appearance should have gave no reason for anybody to be frightened about me concerning anything for any reason. Basically what they do, let me just put it to you this way. On November 20th, 2013, I caught a library security guard officer saying to me in a hidden running tape recorder that if anybody, this is basically what he was saying. He was saying, Leslie, if anybody complains about you, you can be possibly banned. I go, what if it was a staged complaint? He goes, yes, that too. It's been already uploaded to the internet. Just trust me, it's on there. Okay, it was, I think it was published on the 28th, or between November 20th and November 28th, 2013. So just look for my videos. I'm not sure what I titled it. I might have wrote it down, but I don't have it handy. Just look for Learning Disabled Woman Exposes UCSD Campus Police or Library Security. You'll find it. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is this, is that the media room staff were caught in a lie on tape before I started a new tape that held the event. The tape that Officer Cruz erased. Okay, there's 2 audio tapes. I caught the media center employees lying about them knowing the man who went and got campus police. So they've been caught in that lie. They also tried to say they were banning me for 7 days for not leaving because they said I had no right to use the materials. Yet they told me once they took the tape recorder off me that I'm only being banned for 7 days and I can come back after 7 days. And they also were caught in another lie concerning my ID. And they know it. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. You're about ready to hear right now the audio of the video of an event that was caught on video pertaining to me being on a bus route in Yucca Valley, California. Do you hear these individuals on December 11th, 2012? Do you hear these individuals say gang stalk? While another one is saying, oh my God, either right before or after it, and then a woman saying gang stalking. Yucca Valley is 167 miles away from UCSD, probably about 175 away from SDSU, and I left this area to go to Yucca Valley for 1 week. The harassment that I have caught on over 800 separate audio files occurring around me every single day, everywhere I went in San Diego County between 2012 and 2013, was utilized around me as well in Yucca Valley. And you're about ready to hear it right now. Do you hear these individuals say gang stalk? Other ones saying, oh my God, practically back to back when gang stalk is said. That's one person's, what they're doing is saying, oh my God, and that is the cue for the other person to then say gang stalk. And vice versa. Then a woman flat out says gang stalking. Just listen. And what I'm going to do is show you the date of this video file so you can see that this was caught, okay, on the date that it was caught. Do you see the red rim around that selected video? That means that it's the selected video. You can see it says Yucca Valley Gang Stalk. Then you got the ability to, once you have a highlighted video, which is in the red there, it's titled Yucca Valley Gang Stalk, and I'm going to go to the options feature. As a result, you can look at the file information, which I'm doing right now, in order to be able to see the date this video was made on the bus as it was occurring, December 11, 2012. Now first I'm going to play the audio of it, and then I'm going to go back and play it again so you can see it's being recorded on a bus. Just listen.
Well, look at that car right there. It's so cute. To the left, it just turns.
No.
Those little French cars.
I didn't.
Right now? Jeez.
She goes,
first child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully my only child.
I'll take the whole thing. The first one, the roughest one.
She's a pretty good kid. She never cried.
I'm going to go hang it up. I think I can get my,
She's already talking.
I'm going to take my American flag out. Little kind of flag. Take it out. I'm going to hang it in the window and I'm going to put it on. I wish I did anything great. Oh, yeah. We'll get rich. Oh, yeah, that might work. No, it's American flag.
You know, I'm going to be really mad if you stopped right here because we could have...
Yeah, we are. They say in 15 years when you put an RFID chip in all newborns.
We could have not walked all the way to Walmart from the Social Security office.
It's a radio.
There's so many buses that go.
It's a radio frequency identification implant. You ain't never heard of that? Google it. Yeah. You got kids, you should.
I hope they're going. That's beautiful.
Okay, now you can clearly hear that that was being said around me on the bus. Now you're going to be able to see that it's the same video file because you're not only going to be able to see it, it's still got the same name. Because I'm going to play it again because it was after dark, so it was hard to see, so you couldn't see, so I just turned on the video camera on the phone, and that's how I caught the audio. But there's a small section on the video where you see me lift up the phone, and then you'll be able to see the windows of the bus and the traffic going by. So just listen again.
Well, look at that car right there. It's so cute. To the left, it just turns. No. Those little French cars. Right now?
Your first child? Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully my only child.
I'll take the whole thing. The first one, the roughest one.
She's a pretty good kid. She never cried.
I'm going to go hang it up. I think I can get my,
She's already talking.
I'm going to take my American flag out. Little kind of flag. Take it out. I'm going to hang it in the window and I'm going to put it on. I wish I did anything great.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get rich. Oh, yeah, that might work. No, it's American flag.
You know, I'm going to be really mad if you stopped right here because we could have...
Yeah, we are. They say in 15 years when you put an RFID chip in all newborns.
We could have not walked all the way to Walmart from the Social Security office.
It's a radio.
There's so many buses that go.
It's a radio frequency identification implant.
Okay, now you can see that that was the same file. It's still highlighted in red. I'm going to go back to the options feature again and show you the date. 12/11/2012 at 5:05 p.m. Now, videos were already online on the internet before I left to go to Yucca Valley, okay, showing you that I was stating that, including on SDSU campus, stating that individuals were walking by me and saying gang stalk and oh my god constantly. I got the audio files to prove it. I also got the same audio files of the same exact methodology being utilized around me everywhere I go, including UCSD, USD, Ralph's Grocery Store, 2 separate Ralph's Grocery Stores, Jack in a Box, banks, post offices, travel routes, MTS. So why won't the San Diego police make a police report? And that's not including the fact about how I was assaulted. And then, listen to an additional thing about the assault. The assault was not only predicted in reference to me being assaulted on an MTS bus on October 10, 2011, but then MTS sent me an altered video of me being assaulted. Go to Google and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes How MTS Assault Video is Altered." And you can YouTube that as well. Now, I'm a human trafficking target. The people who are perpetrating this criminality against me, covertly, I do not know at all. At all. I'm experiencing the same exact identical harassment at my hiking areas. Now, the people that are perpetrating this criminality towards me, for me to experience, I've been on national radio shows stating that I am experiencing this crime, including before this Thanksgiving event occurred on a sidewalk in La Jolla. Now, if you were to go to Google and type in the address of the Yucca Valley Library, their address, and then MapQuest the difference of miles between the Yucca Valley Library address and UCSD address. Look at how many distance of miles there are. It was the same exact identical method was caught around me on numerous audio files and video files in Yucca Valley. The same exact identical harassment. The same exact verbal identical harassment caught in San Diego County, all over the county, then in Yucca Valley, and then when I come back. If you look at the distance of miles between the Yucca Valley Library address, where the gang stalking even occurred in there, caught on audio file, when I was out there, and then at UCSD, caught all over their campus, happening in the same exact identical way. It'll show that I was gang stalked to Yucca Valley from this area, gang stalked along all my routes in Yucca Valley when I was there, and then gang stalked every single day since I've been back. I went out there for 1 week to visit, to try and attempt to connect with a elected official who's being gang stalked, or who is at least being subjected to a methodology that is used in gang stalking expeditions. That's right, they gang stalked the shit out of me when I was out there. So, then ask yourself, just in this small section of proof I've showed you in this video alone, why won't the San Diego police make a police report? Why won't the district attorney's office investigate the sexual harassment of me by 2 San Diego sheriff's officers? Why won't they investigate the fact that MTS sent me an altered video that the San Diego police falsified statements about? They totally excluded the fact that I approached them on numerous occasions telling them that MTS sent me an altered video of that assault. They also lied about the perpetrator in that police report, and they omitted facts. You know, I'm a good woman. I bother no one along any of my routes, no matter where I go, on any day. I mind my own business. I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity. I am a target, victim, and activist concerning these crimes. That's right. And human trafficking is directly connected to them. In the video, you see me and the interactions I'm having with those SDSU police officers. You literally hear me tell Officer Cruz that gang stalking is happening on this campus, and that human trafficking is directly connected to it. And I said, will you make a police report concerning it? And she goes, I'll think about it. Just like that. You literally see her act that way in the video. Okay? Now, you'll also see me in the video state that I predicted that I'd be harassed on this campus as soon as I come into it, which I did. When I arrived on their campus on that day, hang on a second, I had a running recording tape recorder going. That was the same audio file that I caught the media center employees lying about the guy who went and got the police. And then after he left my presence, I checked out a movie, and then I thought to myself, maybe I better start a new audio file. That was the audio file that was running once the police came. That was the audio file they erased. Okay, but the audio file that was right before it, they didn't erase. That was the one I caught the lie on, pertaining to the media center employees saying they did not know who this guy was. And then when this guy comes back with the police, he walks behind the media counter, the media staff counter that the employees were sitting behind. And the police officer states in the video that this guy, whether it be a student, a staff member, or a guest, has the right to feel safe. I wasn't doing anything for anybody to not feel safe. I walked in there, sat down to watch a movie, and he walked right up to me as soon as I sat down and started asking to check my bags. For no reason. Okay? And so I knew, I have been a victim of this crime so much everywhere I go. I know how these freaks set up people to approach you to make it appear that the police have a legitimate reason to approach you so they can then pull their bullshit. When I arrived on SDSU campus on February 1st, 2013, I got off the Green Line trolley and took my bike off the trolley, went and put it on the elevator while I'm on the elevator, took the elevator to the 2nd floor, rode my bike to the bike rack right outside of the Love Library. Locked up my bike. Right after I locked up my bike, I bent my head over, like I've already talked to you about how I bend my head over to make a statement in my tape recorder. I bent my head over, covered up my mouth, and I said, let's see if anything, I said either, let's see if anything happens on this campus, or let's see if anything happens in this library. I think I said the library, to be totally honest with you. I then walk in the door, get on the elevator, go right down to the media room, walk into the media room, sit down, and a guy approaches me. It literally happened that fast. And starts asking me if he can check my bag for weapons. I don't carry no weapons on me, except for I had a pocket knife on me. And that's it. And I don't even carry that on me right now anymore, because they're trying to provoke me along my path. And just to keep it mentally refreshed in your mind that I am being assaulted and threatened, and while these threats and assaults are occurring, gang stalking is being said. I mean, this is an event that happened just on November okay, 28th, Thanksgiving Day, okay, 2013, in La Jolla, right up the street from UCSD, 8 days after I told a UCSD campus police officer that individuals are getting around me on their campus and saying gang stalking. Do you hear these guys say gang stalk, gang stalking, and gang stalking? I'm going to F you up. You just heard him say gang stalking, I'll F you up, and these are the guys on the bus and a girl on the bus saying gang stalking in Yucca Valley.
Well, look at that car right there. It's so cute. To the left, it just turned. Those little French cars. Right now.
Your first child?
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully
I got my quick
only child.
Take the whole thing first. I got off this one whole.
She never cried.
I'm going to go hang it up in my,
She's already talking.
I'm going to take my American flag out, little kind of flag, take it out, I'm going to hang it in the window, and I'm going to take it on the show. I wish I did these things right.
Oh, yeah.
When they look at Rich, oh, yeah, that might work. Now, it's American flag.
You know, I'm going to be really mad if you stop right here, because we could have... Yeah, we are.
Okay, so in closing, 800 audio files do not lie. You know, the only thing I'm doing is trying to expose the factual realities of this little crime happening to me, and then all you got to do is ask yourself a simple question. Why won't the Department of Education investigate the factual reality that I was coerced into taking out school loans by organized stalking, gang stalking individuals? They've been mailed a huge amount of evidence. Also, this SDSU event transpired within 36 hours after I noticed that a Senator Feinstein was notified about me being assaulted on the MTS bus, about me being gang stalked as I was hiking 175 feet from the San Diego FBI building. Okay, and then in that same contact, it was stated, let's see if this woman, okay, is banned from any university, and a day and a half later, 36 hours later, within 5 minutes of me arriving inside the SDSU library, I am banned and arrested. How did the SDSU police know who I was? They were claiming they didn't know who I was and asking me for my ID as they approached me and while they were talking to me. So they were already there to ban me before they even knew who I was, supposedly. Think about that. And then check this out in closing. They were acting like they didn't know who I was, okay? While acting like once they checked my license that a bunch of criminal stuff came up on my record. They supposedly pulled up the record of another woman or man, I don't know, because Leslie's a unisex name, from New Mexico that has a bunch of really bad stuff on their license. And I said, that's not me, once I gave them my license. And they then called it in to check it, and then supposedly a person by the name of Leslie Williams with a bunch of criminal stuff on their record from New Mexico is who they got back in reference to the information. Okay? I said, that's not me, that's not me. I go, that in no way is me. I go, I've never lived in New Mexico. So anyways, they go then, well, let me have your social security number. I go, no, I'm not giving you my social security number. There were a bunch of people in there. I'm not going to be verbalizing my social security number. And plus, by then, I was already frustrated. Okay? And so they asked me to leave again, and I was so exhausted, I just said, look, it was more like a reflectory remark. I said, no, I'm not leaving. I was just so aggravated. And so then that's when they took the camera out of my hand, threw me to the floor, had bruises all over my body, which I took a video picture of. And then they took me upstairs and put me in the car, and then took all my property and searched it on the trunk of their car, made me repack it. But check this out. When I was in the back seat of their car while they were going through my property, the male police officer got back into the car and said, Leslie, you need to tell me your P.O. box to make sure I got the right one. Why, I'm being videotaped of me saying it, right? How did he know I had a P.O. box in California? When they were claiming that, the person that that got back in reference to my name when they called in my license was a person from New Mexico. So how did he know I had a P.O. box in California? I couldn't catch that on audio file because they had my tape recorder and I was still in handcuffs in the back seat. So I can't prove they did that, okay? But they did put my address on that citation, okay? Let me just explain another thing to you as well. Dang, I forgot what I was going to say. They had no right to search my property, okay? Whether it was wrong identification, they can be sued just for that, okay? So anyways, all you got to do is deliberate this matter and think to yourself, this is nothing but BS. You would not believe the bruises that I had on my body from this and what they did. And then erasing my audio file. They had no right to do that. They have a right to sue me over it for taping them without their consent, if they can even do that. But they had no right to erase it. That's right. And in the video, you'll hear me say, that's not me. And then they ask me for my social security number. Okay? I'm going to tell you something right now. Let me tell you another thing. You know how I told you that I was sexually harassed by 2 sheriff's officers inside the Hall of Justice? That occurred on February 20th. Now, you might think to yourself, why was I talking to 2 San Diego sheriff's officers? Listen to this. I was talking to them on February 20th, 2013, because I was in the Hall of Justice checking on what was going on pertaining to the SDSU ticket that said that I had to appear on court in March. March 29, 2013. That was supposed to be when I was supposed to go to court pertaining to the arrest. I went there before it, and on that date they said that they still hadn't got the information from the prosecutor's office concerning it, and then I went to the prosecutor's office on numerous occasions, and then they told me they haven't decided if they're going to press charges or not. But listen to this. I walked up to 2 San Diego sheriff's officers with a running recording tape recorder on me at that time, asking them, what is the protocol in reference to when a person hands any law enforcement officer their license? I go, who do you guys check the information on it? Okay? Like, because when I went into the media room and I checked out a movie at SDSU Media Room, you got to give them your license in order to be able to check out a movie. They hold your license until you return the movie. Then when I finally told the SDSU campus police officers, which you'll see in the video, they kept asking me for my ID. At first I told them I was going to give them to them because they had no probable cause to ask me for it. Then they kept trying to wear me out with it, tying me up in circular conversations. So I finally said, look, she's got my license, go ahead and look at it. They took my license, called it in, and then supposedly got wrong information about a person in New Mexico with the same name as me. Okay. Then when they said I wouldn't give my social security number, they said, well, we got a right to know who you are. You could have a warrant out. You could be a missing person. I said, I don't have no warrants for nothing. That's not me, and I'm not a missing person. Okay. So then I asked these sheriff's officers, I go, what do you do to check a license? They said, well, all you got to do is hand the officer your license. He'll be able to get your date, your birth date, and your driver's license number. It's called in, and automatically the information from that license will bring up who you are. Who you are. Period. End of story. There's no way that it can be confused at all. That and the sexual harassment was caught on audio file. But listen to this. I think it was in September of 2012, an individual was harassing me on SDSU campus on the elevator. Once I got off the trolley, he was harassing me at the elevator door and then on the elevator. So when I got off the elevator, there was 2 SDSU police officers standing there supposedly taking a report about a domestic violence issue. So I approached them while the guy was still in the area that was harassing me on the elevator. So I told him that this guy was harassing me, and they said, well, who are you? And I said, well, my name's Leslie Williams. They go, do you got ID on you? I said, yeah. So they checked my ID on that day, the same ID I handed the SDSU police officers on February 1st. They called it in, and it's on audio file showing the person they contacted to check it. It literally shows on the audio file dispatch saying she's okay. She's a California resident from a Michigan license. So it shows right there that an SDSU police officer called that license in on a previous date, a few months before, and got the accurate information back. So why would this SDSU police officer on February 1st get the wrong information back? She was basically, they were looking for a reason to make it appear they had a legitimate reason to check my property and to tell me to leave. If they couldn't, they were trying to say they couldn't accurately identify me. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. Now, this video is going to be put in a blog, eventually, in the next 3 weeks to 6 weeks. And it's going to be put in a blog with the SDSU arrest, the video of Feinstein being contacted 36 hours before. In that contact information, it flat out stated, will this woman be banned from any university as a result of contacting you? 36 hours later, I'm arrested and banned at SDSU. Gang stalking. Stalking from one university to another. That's right. The web email notification that was sent to Feinstein was noticed by me in my Gmail account, okay, 36 hours before, on California State San Marcos University campus, where gang stalking was caught on audio file numerous times. 36 hours before. Stalking from one university to another, to another, to another. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I made this video to expose the truth. Not the lies and the bullshit. Not the cover-ups and how they'll call me, Miss Williams is mentally ill. She's thinking everybody's conspiring against her and following her. Really? I strongly suggest you review the audio that I put in this video. And then realize that videos were already all over the internet before both of those events pertaining to the audio from SDSU of gang stalking being said around me, of it being said around me on a bus in Yucca Valley, and the Thanksgiving event. Videos were already online before and after each of these events, stating that individuals were getting around me and saying gang stalk everywhere I go. Every single day, in the same exact identical way. And gang stalking was mentioned in the Feinstein contact information that was sent to her. And if you look at that email prediction in reference to me being assaulted on an MTS bus, look who was being contacted. Senator Boxer. Okay, so, you do the math. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. In order for you to thoroughly and understand why they're getting around me and saying gang stalking, just go to YouTube and type in the following way that I describe. Gang stalking, space, direct conversation. I appreciate you listening, and have a nice day.